It's time for your favorite show and ours, Beer with Mick and Bricken.
Yo guys, what's up?
You know, this is our after beer, or after run beer, which I, for whatever reason, 3 times out of 7
That's
during
much
the week.
better than an after beer run.
Yeah, I mess it up every time. It's quarantine right now, although restrictions are easing up in some places. I'm furloughed. He can't get back in the hospital for his job. Our schedules are different. But we're working out.
But they're the same.
But they're the same, right?
Yeah.
Different than they normally are.
Yeah.
And I work in baseball. There is no baseball right now. So we run every day.
Which sucks, by the way.
It does stink. We run every day, and we grade our after-run beer. And today, here in Fairhope, the weather was not so great, but the run, for me, was fantastic.
It was okay. It's a bit of a struggle. A bit of a struggle.
When you're talking about exercising and you want a beer, say that you're trying to lose weight, you're on a carb diet, you're on a calorie count diet, you want something that is low carb, low calorie. This right here, Mick Ultra, is by far the most popular beer.
Yeah, it's I can't say that I'm overly excited about reviewing this after the other beers that we've done. But there is a definitely, what we always talk about is there is a box here for every beer. And there is definitely a box for the low calorie, low carb beer.
2.6 carbs, 95 calories, it's 4.2% alcohol. You recognize this bottle. It's one of the top 5 most bought beers in the country. And it's available in all 50 states. Michelob was, back when we were in college, one of my favorite beers.
I love Mick Light.
I mean, regular Michelob.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And this
and it came with a gold label.
Right.
Yep.
Back in the day, like Michelob and a good night. It was a fun beer.
Yep.
Mick Ultra. Obviously my name's Mick. Like, it's cool to have a beer that is known.
But you're the Ultra Mick.
That's right, Ultra Mick Ultra. All right, yours is obviously extra frosty.
Yep.
Right now.
We popping them?
Now let's do it. Whoa, look at this guy. That's why you get the big money.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to go ahead and pull mine.
Probably why I'm about to lose some teeth too.
Yeah, right. And for some reason mine is a little bit slow. Oh, there we go. Yep, this is not going to go too well for me. You talk about the beer.
Look at this. I mean, not much head. Expected a little more head. I bet you I could read that beer label, and I can. It's so clear. It's so clear. I can read through this beer.
Mine was slightly frozen. So
mine is perfect.
You can see the ice in the bottom of my glass.
Yep.
But I drink a lot of it.
Yep.
So this is.
So you know exactly what you.
Yeah, I know what I'm getting. This is it. I can tell you already that this is for the low carb, low calorie beers, one that I drink a lot. Let's try this thing out.
It's interesting because I don't remember. So this 4.2% alcohol, and I don't really remember when these things came out. I wanted to say they were around 3.2.
Right.
But now what you're finding is all of these low carb, low calorie beers, they've upped the alcohol content.
Right. Well, it's an Anheuser-Busch product. It's brewed in St. Louis, Missouri. I guess would have to be right.
Yeah.
Try it out though. I know you've had one before too, but it's very light.
It's good. It's light.
It's crisp.
Yep. It is crisp.
Easy drinking.
Yep.
Has some flavor.
Yep. And when you start talking with people about beer, one of the things that you always talk about is like a Coors Light, a Miller Lite, Mick Ultra. It's just how consistent that they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a consistent following. If they were to do anything where they kind of went off the track a little bit with their beer, they would lose their following.
Right.
So it's really pretty amazing that these beer companies are able to be so consistent with these beers.
I drink these a lot. What I do just to try to spice it up, I lost probably 40 pounds over the last year, and one of the things that I had to do for a while was cut back on carbs.
Yep.
And so this was one of the beers, this Bud Select, New England Flight just came out. I like that one, but
Yep.
I wanted to do a category in the the beer judging and grading that we do just for the low carb, light beers. And this is one of them. This is the king of those beers.
Yeah, and the parody that was done of us with Ashley and Ashley, they were doing the
Ashley.
Ghost Train lager,
Yeah.
the light lager, and that's another one that flows where it's less than 100 calories. It's got right around the same alcohol by volume. That's another good beer. You know, there is a box that these low carb, low calorie beers fit in, and this is kind of the one that set the tone for all of them.
Yep. What I do with these is normally I'll put a little bit of salt in it, you know, just to kind of flavor it a little bit more,
Yep.
and a lime. And I'll drop a lime in there, and it just, you know, when you have to drink these, it doesn't have the flavor that full carb beers have. You want to do different things to make it taste better, but at the end of the day, you have to give the players like Cal Ripken a lot of credit. The guys that show up every day,
That's right,
and give you
and just do the job.
Right, they just do the job, and that's why I feel like Mick Ultra is a really, really good beer. What's your grade for it?
Look, it's you know, it's consistent. I mean, look, this was perfect. Unlike that highlight the other day, you nailed this one in terms of how cold it is. You know, Mick Ultra sits in that. I mean, it's kind of the standard at which we gauge that low carb, low calorie beer, and I'm gonna grade it based on being in that box, and I'm gonna give it a 4.25.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same reason. I mean, I hate to copy him, but he went
Yeah.
first. 4.25 for this beer.
Yeah.
It's, you know, because it's in that box, and in that box, I mean, you could really grade this all the way up to a 5. You know, it's going to be hard to beat this beer when it comes to being able to brew something that you can drink continuously, not get too tired of, at 2.6% carb or 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, we grade beers all the time, and you know, when we're looking at grading beers, I mean, most of the time what we run into is there's an infinite number of beers that are out there, but in this box, there's only a small number of beers that fit there in this box, and you know, right now this is, you know, Mick Ultra has kind of set the tone, and they are still kind of the class of that box.
I'm upping my score 4.75.
Oh,
because
wow.
you're exactly right. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know, I need to give. I'm going to up the score just because of that. Like,
I do think
this is what started it.
I do think that Ghost Train Light Lager is very comparable to this beer.
Haven't had it.
It's got more flavor, and it's something that we really probably ought to review pretty soon on the show. I do think that it's another one that all of the viewers out there should go out and pay attention to.
Like our Facebook page, Mick and Brick on Facebook. We have our own little thing. We're going to put a review, at least one review up every single day. We're on YouTube, and we really appreciate you guys watching. We're going to run and drink